Everybody, welcome to Zoe's Picks in the Man Cave with your boy Zoe. Hope everybody's ready for tonight's 6 o'clock slate. It's not 7 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock tonight, so get ready for your slate on NBA. We'll recap last night's picks before we get started on tonight's picks. Last night we had Russell Westbrook, who scored 48 fantasy points. Jalen Brunson, who scored 2 points. He got injured in the second minute of the game. I knew it was going to be a rough night after that, so we were able to cash on some of our head-to-head matchups, but I didn't think we would cash in the tournament after that happened early on in the game, but it's okay. Karis LeVert had 41 fantasy points. Duncan Robinson, 22 fantasy points. Thought he'd do a little bit more with Jimmy Butler out, but he did get his value. ABC, 62 fantasy points. Tobias Harris, let down of the night, 17 fantasy points. Bam Adebayo, 32 fantasy points. He didn't play much in the second half because they blew the Cavaliers out on Dwayne Wade's jersey retirement night. So that's what's to be expected. Maxi Kleber probably was the pick of the night, 35 fantasy points at his price. And Cody Zeller only scored 23 fantasy points. Overall, he scored about 299. Not a terrible night, but not a great night. But it's a new day and it's a new opportunity. All right, so here's our picks for tonight. And I'll give you a little breakdown before we get started with the games because it'll be starting here soon. The first position, Jamal Murray. He scored 35 plus in his last 5 games. He's healthy. He has 20 plus real points in his last 6 games. So he's going to score the ball. He's going to get assists, some steals. Jamal Murray is our first point guard. Second point guard, we like Lonzo Ball. He's consistent. He scored 30 plus fantasy points in his last 10 games. At 6,200 on Fanduel, we locked that in. He actually played 40 minutes in his last game. So we like Lonzo Ball and Jamal Murray at the point guard positions. Shooting guard, CJ McCollum. No Damian Lillard. That's all I got to say about that. He'll probably have 30 shots tonight. CJ McCollum. Beasley. This is a sleeper play tonight. Beasley's playing against his old team that he was traded from. He's starting for Minnesota. D'Angelo Russell's out. Carlton Towns is out. So Michael Beasley should have a good night tonight. So, like I said, lock him in. He's playing his former team. It's always a lot of mental when you're playing against your former team. You want to get some revenge on them, and you want to show them that they shouldn't have let you go. All right, Will Barton at the small forward position. He's healthy, all-around game. He's playing against the 30th ranked defense at the small forward position. That's our first small forward. Our second small forward on the same lines of Beasley. We got Hernan Gomez playing against his team that traded him. There's no cap. It's a revenge game. He scored 50 plus real points in his last 3 games. So we like Barton and Hernan Gomez at the small forward position. Power forward, we like LaMarcus Aldridge playing against OKC. The last matchup, he scored 50 fantasy points, and he's played 34 plus minutes in his last 5 games. Lock in LaMarcus Aldridge at one power forward position. The second power forward position, we like Hachimura from Washington Wizards playing against Chicago Bulls. I'm a Bulls fan, but I love money more than my team. He scored 39 fantasy points last time they played against the Bulls. So it should be a fast-paced game. You want to have some exposure to games that have high spreads because you don't want to get left out. He's getting healthy, and like I said, it should be a fast-paced game. In our center position, this is our star tonight, Nikola Jokic. Like I said, he's a star. Scored 45 plus in his last 7. He has a high floor and a high ceiling, which means on the worst case scenario, he should still score about 40 fantasy points. On the great case scenario, he should score about 70 fantasy points. So don't sleep on the center position. We'll go over those. We got Jamal Murray, Lonzo Ball, CJ McCollum, Beasley from Minnesota, Barton, Hernan Gomez, Aldridge, Hachimura, and Nikola Jokic. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the bell. And just so you stay with our alerts, you know what's going on. Get your lineups in. Let's get money. Good luck.